my sword and my mercenary band. We trek across the land, seeking the jobs for helping hands. If many need a battle to be won, when we're given one, we don't rest until it's done. Oh, me, my sword, and my mercenary band. I've made a home of the winding road, traded my living for wanderer's woes. Feet on the earth, head in the clouds, I walk the world alone. Long have I traveled across these lands. Long is the journey that never ends. Back home there are farmers and blacksmiths galore, but out in the world I can be so much more. I've met mages and fae, I've met soldiers at war, and set eyes upon distant shores. Long have I traveled across these lands. Long is the journey that never ends.
Okay, welcome back to... Oh, we've got the wrong person on here. No, this... No, I want to see your face! Where is it? Nailed it. Okay, welcome back to the Exillian Expanse. Episode 20. Last we left off, you guys went a little bit exploring in the... place that I can't remember the name of. The lore place, a lot of the libraries and archives, had a little look around. You came upon various different gossip that you found in the inn that you're now staying at, and decided to go searching for a mystical rat that was said to be speaking words of sermons and scripture, who you found in the archives in around an old abandoned chapel. And upon using a little bit of magic from Bellini, you've now alerted the smoke in the city that seems to follow you whenever you activate some of those magical abilities. And we left off with you guys running out of the building. And we pick up you all tumbling outside with a slowly gathering crowd of different guards in very simple steel uniforms. They do seem to be looking around to see if there's anyone particular that they should be looking at, but everyone in the archive seems to have spilled out at the same time. What would you like to do?
I would like to assess the situation in some way. I want to see if we are being noticed right now, if eyes are fixed on us as we leave the archives.
No, they just seem to be looking for anyone that would seem suspicious.
Okay. Is our telepathy link still on for from Ku? I think he had 5 hours or something.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty long. If not,
Yeah.
I can throw it up again. It's really not a big deal. Doesn't take long.
I'll sort of go in our heads. Okay, we need to leave as quick as we can without causing a scene. I know I'm one to talk. Let's see if we can get underground to Maurice. And I sort of march towards, like, straight face, trying not to look suspicious, towards an area, a direction.
Okay. They don't seem to pick up too much on most of you, aside from Geo, who is a good foot taller than the rest of the people. You do notice some of the guards are keeping an eye. One of them leans to the other, says something, and a couple of them just seem to follow you along the crowd.
Can I walk on my knees?
You could, yes, if you want to.
I get on my knees and I just walk on my knees, so I'm more level-headed than tall.
Good thinking, good thinking.
Maybe a stealth check.
And I have disadvantage in stealth. The first one was a 6. The second one was an 8.
Okay. I think it's the method of moving. You're now just waddling, because you're not walking properly, so your head's just like swaying slightly. They still know where you are, and they don't seem confrontational. They just seem to be observing more than anything.
Perhaps we do not go underground, lest we endanger revealing where it is to the guards. We should probably just go to the Cock and Weasel, maybe. Since they're quite on our tail, I'd say. And
That's probably for the best, yeah.
right.
That works for me.
Yeah, you lead your group off towards the Cock and Weasel. Once again, you come upon this very dilapidated, the building slightly slanted a little bit. There's a dive bar. I would say coup, without even needing to roll for it, you're just naturally keeping an eye out for things. You do notice a couple of guards, the same guards, are just sort of lingering down the street. But you have made it back home.
Okay. All right. Just order a drink. Just be normal. We're chilling. We're not doing any magic or anything. You don't actually have to drink it. Just keep up appearances.
I'll drink anything. A round for everyone in the bar.
That's not keeping a low profile. Okay.
I mean, that's what I would normally do.
Yeah.
You said keep up appearances. I'm acting normal.
You're completely right. All right. A drink for everyone then. I sort of take my whatever we got, ale probably, and sort of. Blech.
Yeah, it tastes like old hay.
Great.
Yeah, I'll pretend to drink a drink.
There's a couple of people in here. You notice the guards aren't in here, but you assume that they might be down the street still watching. Everything seems relatively normal. And an hour passes by and not much changes. You notice a couple of old men are often always there, drunk, as per usual. Couple of maybe half an hour later. Seems to be quite peaceful. You're not getting arrested. That's for once. They don't know it's you.
They're just very, very interested in us.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's let's make a plan for the rest of the day. Or tomorrow, depending on what time it is currently. We what do we want to do? Do we want to what do we think we need to get to the Baron? To kill him? All in my head, obviously. Our heads.
I'm gonna spend another one of my things to re-up that for a few hours.
Okay.
Yeah. Seems safe to talk of assassination in our heads as opposed to out loud.
Alright, we got another 6 hours.
Nice. What do we think we need to know to plan an assassination on the Red Baron? I'm assuming we need him alone. Vulnerable. Might need to learn his routine. Get him in his bathtub. Or somewhere else. Maybe.
While he's sleeping usually works pretty well too.
That's a better call. I'm not sure vampires bathe, actually. So we find out where he sleeps and when.
Well, we'll need to know where his coffin is if we're going to take him out permanently.
Yeah. Where do you think they would keep that? Do we return to the library to look for the archives of death certificates? Maybe, the graveyard? Why don't we just look for the graveyard? Why didn't I think of that earlier? I love graveyards. I mean, might be a good place to start. Perhaps they have a record of burials, and we can find his.
Yeah.
He is probably buried, if he is resting there, he's probably buried under a different name. Be a bit odd if he was walking around and had an open grave.
Probably, yeah.
But it is good to know where it is, at the very least.
We can sort of scan the most prominent graves, see who the leading factions and the leading dead are, and maybe find out who are the ruling leaders, the ruling families.
Yeah.
I mean, fancy mausoleums are quite easy to spot, usually.
We could always just burn all of them too. Burn the whole graveyard.
Yeah. Do you have a graveyard on your map, Ku, of the city?
Do I have a graveyard somewhere on the map?
Yeah, there's a couple marked on there. Most of the churches seem to be much the same as most cities' churches of the Trinity, mainly focused around the luminary. But from what you've seen, a lot of those aren't really used that much anymore. The most obvious ones, there's one near the Aurelian Rise, and there's another in the sort of lower district for the peasants. Aside from that, the rest throughout your time in the city seem to have looked very discontinued.
Well, we don't have to eliminate those from the options. Who knows how long he's been dead, but I have a feeling the one at the Aurelian Rise might be more of his stand, his social standing. If not for him, maybe for family members. With a bit of luck, he is buried in a public cemetery, and if not, well, we'll have to find his family grave. Shall we go then?
No time like the present.
Right, does anybody need a nap? Or are we all good?
I'm good, but
I'm good too. Do you need a nap, Koo?
I do not know.
Then I say we're off. We would like to go to the cemetery at the Aurelian thing.
Okay. Who leads the way? Up and again towards the Aurelian Rise. You notice a lot more guards paying a little bit more attention to you. Most of their eyes seem to fix more on Geo rather than they used to look at Ku in quite a curious manner. And the more you see their eyes fix upon him, the more you notice that the part of his arm still has almost like burnt chain marks in it. And Geo, you haven't really noticed it until now. The more people look at you, the more you're like looking at your own arm.
what? I have chain marks? Oh, that I remember now.
Where'd you get those?
I think it was from a dream.
Huh. Pain marks from a dream. Who did you speak with in your dream?
There are two people. One of them offered me great power, and the other said no. And then I woke up.
Okay. That's probably fine. It's probably not a bad sign that you have burnt chain marks on your arm.
Yeah. Not surprised about anything that happens anymore.
Of course not. If you experience any new symptoms, please let us know, okay?
I will, but you'll probably notice the symptoms before I do.
Good chance.
That's so
I'll
true.
keep an eye out. Just make sure that if there's chain-wielding, power-hungry beings, to say no to them, if you can.
I'm pretty sure I said yes, and that's why the second person showed up.
Oh. It's an interesting choice to have made. I can assure you, you probably don't want to say yes to that person, to the chainbringer. You do understand I'm talking about the chainbringer, right?
I think so.
Okay. You know, the
He
one
did
with
give me
the...
this really cool
with this.
weapon, though.
Oh, God. Maybe we should have that checked out before you wield it. Not to make the same mistakes I did with my hand.
I'm pretty sure he can't control me. I think I have a protector somewhere.
Good. Good. Well, if you're not worried, then so won't I be.
I don't worry easily.
Do I? Right. Shall we, enter the cemetery? And you see me just looking like, clocking the Warhammer every now and again because I'm really fucking worried about it.
Yeah, so on your back, Geo, it's about 7 feet. It seems to have adjusted for your size. Long, sort of black wooden handle. At the point in the middle, there's a large skull with its mouth open. And then each side, there's 2 massive iron faces that you'd be able to smack people with. And then soft chains dangling all the way down.
Oh, this is great for hitting people over the head.
But yeah, you make your way up to the one that Ku thinks might be the most obvious choice. And you come upon a large alabaster building of... It has banners of gold and crimson, and it seems to reflect the beautiful sunlight. There's a very manicured square garden, almost like marble courthouse pillars. It looks pristine compared to most of the city. You can see a lot of guards standing outside, and anyone who's walking past, any citizen, you notice that they never look at it directly, ever. Heads down, eyes forward.
Geo points directly to it. And it's like, I'm pretty sure that's where it is.
Good. Let's go there.
As you approach, the guards naturally put their spears out. Almost immediately hostile for you approaching.
Hi. We would like to pay our respect. Could we enter? It's very important for our traditions back home that we pay respect to the dead.
Make me a persuasion check.
17.
You see they look at you. I suppose, yeah. A little unusual, but as long as you don't damage anything. Move
Of
their
course
spears.
not.
Gesture for you to go inside.
Thank you so much.
As you approach, you see different beautiful stained glass windows with the adornment of that sun symbol you'd seen before. It seems to have been built just deliberately with pieces of mirrored glass every now and then to reflect the light to make it look even better. And some parts of the floor also have that same mirroring. The doors are really heavy, but they're easily opened. And it opens into a very long, narrow hall with different banners depicting what you can tell are different, maybe warriors, or there's a priest at one point. There's what appears to be a scholar holding a book. Except all of the faces have been burnt out. There's rows of very immaculate pews, no dust, no personal signs of faith. And there's a pulpit at the end, reinforced with gold trim. Does someone want to make a perception check for me?
I can.
Go for it,
Oh.
dude.
Okay. Nat 20 plus 5.
Nice. You have a +5 perception?
Yeah.
Jesus.
As you walk in, you can notice that there's those mirrors again are angled in different directions along the top parts of the roof, sort of casting light all around. And there's different runes along parts of the walls. They seem to pulse. At the end, behind the pulpit, is a large statue of a woman with glorious, beautiful wings. And then along the right-hand side are various different tomb-like carvings with a vault wall that has the fallen heroes of Obscurum. One of those tombs looks very familiar. with the same sort of adorned armor, maybe better looking because it's carved out of stone. And underneath is General Vorikin Draz, Defender of the Dawn, bound in honor, buried in light.
Well, that was quite easy. Easier than I thought. I would like to look around if there is anybody that can see us currently.
There's no one in here apart from you guys.
In our heads, I say, I kind of want to see if he is inside.
Just don't be too loud, because the guards are still right outside that door for
Yeah.
the entrance.
Because what if this is like a decoy grave? Well, he wouldn't be inside if he's currently walking around. Shit, how does this work? How do we know this is his actual grave, apart from the name being on it? Are we certain?
Well, an empty coffin would be the best indicator.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. Let's try and very carefully and stealthily see if the coffin's empty.
I don't think that should be me, because I'll definitely make noise.
Yeah, I think Ku just kind of mindlessly walks forward towards it to sneak up and try to open the lid of the coffin a bit, just to see if there's someone in there. Or if it's nailed shut, and that's a pretty good indicator that it's not his.
Make an investigation as you're right in the front of it.
15.
There is no dust, no stone unturned, there's no scratches, there's nothing that would indicate that this has ever been touched. So with that, yeah, it's definitely a fake.
Can I, with a dagger or some sharp object, just like on the somewhere inconspicuous, make a mark on it?
Mm-hmm.
And then mentally report back, this ain't it.
Yeah, I thought as much. Okay, so we need to figure out where he hides his coffin. True coffin. Well, we should probably find out about his daily routine then. He'll go to sleep somewhere. That'll probably be either his grave or close to it, I'm assuming.
I think it would largely depend on who else knows his true nature.
It don't seem
I imagine-
super... Sorry, go on.
Oh, I imagine, unless it doesn't seem to be common knowledge in the city, so I can't see him. I can't see it being somewhere out in the open.
No.
So dusty basement is probably where it is.
Yeah, somewhere underground. And probably heavily laid with traps. Well, we'd best try and find his schedule then. Do we want to tail him? Do we want to use other means to figure out where he rests?
If we try and tail him, I probably shouldn't be there.
Well, we need you in case shit goes south.
That's true.
You have a magnificent ability to make people's heads smaller.
Yeah. I also have a magnificent ability to have people stare at me wherever I go.
Yeah. I just don't know how I would... I mean, I'm more of a talker. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's several routes we could take. I don't know if any one of them will be the best. Or if they're all a long shot. Talk our way through it, tail him. Or break in somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, we can probably do a combination of that. Talk our way through some locked doors.
Others we can break down if we need to.
Yeah. Okay. In my rummaging through Siler's belongings, do I recall any sort of place that was mentioned? I know they didn't mention where the Doran Council meetings would be, but was there any place of interest between those files and documents?
Not that you could tell, no.
Okay. Then we should probably just head to some sort of military interest building, probably. And find out if we can... what we can about him.
Works for me.
See no
I
issue
still got to
with that.
collect a badge. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I see no issue with that, but we can work on Geo's badge at the same time.
Yeah. I'm so sorry I didn't steal it from the other guy.
It's okay. I'll get one eventually.
I'm sure you will. Do we see on the map that would indicate an interesting military building, like barracks or of training grounds or
Well, you've seen
a
the
castle,
training
a keep?
grounds. You've already seen them.
Yes.
You were
course.
escorted around them in the bastion.
Mm-hmm.
All
right.
Aside from that, no.
Then I guess we just return to the bastion. Is the bastion like public grounds? Are we allowed to like just walk around there, or do we need like a cover story?
You managed to walk around it last time before you went to the Aurelian Rise, so you would suspect that maybe you'd be allowed to walk around. The Baron seemed very free to give you guys a tour and sort of show off.
All right. Yeah, I would like to see. Okay, so I'm gonna think out loud. We want to know where he sleeps so we can kill him in his coffin and get rid of him forever. So we want to know his routine. I'm thinking maybe we can find like a war room with schedules and plans or something. Well, that wouldn't have his place of residence, I don't suppose. I don't know. What does a war general do? We might need to talk to someone who... Yeah, we should probably find like another general and see what he knows about the Baron. So maybe we do find like a war room with a map and shit like that, and see if there's any important people doing important business. I'm
I'm
just
not good
shooting
with
blanks
people,
here.
so I'm okay with anything. I'm here to hit stuff.
I'd say I'm good with people, but people might disagree about that.
Well, I'd say our only other option really is to try to ingratiate ourselves with the council, but it didn't seem that they were too open to discussing with us, so I don't know how far it would get.
Yeah. I mean, I know one avenue, but I kind of want to hold off on that until absolutely necessary.
We could always just ask the guards that are outside too, where their training ground is.
Yeah.
See if
Well,
one of them will take us.
Well, we know the training ground. Sorry, you weren't there that session. We had a tour through it last session. We just need to find out some important general other than the Baron who could tell us things about the Baron. So, I would like to make maybe an investigation check if I can find a map room.
In the church?
No, we wanted to go to the training grounds.
So are you leading them to the training grounds?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so Larea has this idea to sort of move you as a group up towards the bastion. And once more you see all of those different very large military barracks with large open grounds outside with different formations of warriors that seem to be training. You do notice that once again they keep a very sharp eye on a lot of you. And even some of them leaning to whisper amongst each other as Geo sort of walks past. They notice the rather large hammer on his back. You don't see anyone too important you can pick out. The Crimson Baron doesn't seem to be there. But I would say if you want to make an investigation check to try and pick out a building in particular, you can.
I would like to. A 9.
You grew up on the streets. The arrangement of military barracks is beyond your scope of knowledge, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But you're standing in the thoroughfare, sort of having a look around. A couple of the guards stop training for a moment. You see one of them sort of puts down a large stick he was practicing and sparring with, and walks up to the rest of you. Like, so, enjoying the show, are we?
Oh, definitely. You seem awfully well practiced.
Really? Because they say I'm shit, but I'll appreciate the compliment.
Please do.
If you have another stick, I'm happy to join you.
She looks you like up and down. I'd rather not. I feel like I would definitely lose that session. So
Damn.
That's not really the fighting spirit, is it?
Yeah. Thought this was a training ground.
it
Wouldn't
is,
it just help train?
but your reputation precedes you, and I would rather not. If that's okay.
What do they say about us?
Well, it's more the big one in particular.
Hmm.
Yeah. You're a bit of a
Well, what
talk
did they
of
say
the...
about him?
It's just the talk of the town, you know. We don't often see people of his size.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently he
And?
ate a table So,
Oh, yeah.
Well, believe it or not, he gets even bigger than this.
I would believe that. That sounds like the stories we've heard.
Also not the first table.
So what brings you guys here? Do you need another demonstration or?
Oh, honestly, we're just kind of between schedules, and there's not a lot to do here, so we thought, why not amuse ourselves with watching some training, Just walk around a little bit, entertain ourselves. You understand.
Not really, but I'm sure the wealthy have much to do with their time.
You think I'm wealthy.
Well, you must be. You're a diplomat. Right?
Yes.
I'm not wealthy. I
Yes,
spend
we
all my
are.
money on food.
That would make
Also
sense.
very true.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Well, there's just, you don't have a lot of theaters here, so this is the next best thing.
True. That is true. Yeah. Entertainment's a little light, I guess.
Wondering, we wanted to be able to make some more talk with the Baron. Do you know where he is holed up? Is he on duty today? Do you know?
I don't really get told those types of things. Last we saw him, he was headed towards Aurelian, so probably a meeting or something.
Is that where he lives?
No, he's got a manor up in the near the barracks.
Oh, really? Well, it's convenient to be close to the barracks. You can make it right on time for duty, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, he always insisted that his manor had to be built on the old foundations, so.
Oh, really? It's a custom manor. How fancy of him. He didn't strike me as that fancy a man.
Well, they say it's where the last great battle was, but that was like hundreds of years ago, so. I think he's
Have
like
you
a
ever been
history
there?
buff or something. I went there once for my
Oh,
medal ceremony, but everyone gets to go there, so.
okay. So it's everyone gets together. It's like you can just walk in his private manor.
Yeah. Well, not in it, in the garden.
Oh, all right. You seem like such a fun bloke to be around. Would you give us a tour of his garden?
I mean, I can show you the way, but I'm not really allowed to. I shouldn't really be talking to you guys. I was just a little bit tired.
Oh, I'm sure we can make some arrangements. Who's your supervisor?
My supervisor?
Yes, who tells you what to do?
A man I haven't thought the name of.
I want to adopt this man into the
My
gardens.
list of names. Sergeant
See,
Priestley.
Sergeant Priestley.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we can talk to Sergeant Priestley. Surely he can't turn down a request from diplomats to have a personal tour.
Yeah. I mean, he sort of like points at like this wooden building to one side. He's in there, I think, doing some paperwork.
You stay here, all right? We'll be right
Okay.
back.
Yeah.
Scuffle off, and I want to go to find Sergeant Priestley.
Okay. Yeah, you walk in. There's a man in his mid-40s. Very well built. Little glasses on his nose. There's writing as you walk in.
Hi. My name is Rafe. I had a question about your little soldier there. let's be honest, he's kind of shit at fighting, and we are looking for a guide. Do you mind if we borrow him? He's no good on your training grounds currently.
Yep. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Take him.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Hurry back. Great news. What's your name? I never asked your name.
Gary.
Hi, Gary. You are dismissed for today, and you're coming with us.
Sweet. Okay. Yeah. Follow me.
Or link arms. Great. Tell me, where are we going?
He begins to lead you further into the bastion. As he's going, he's sort of just chatting away, telling you different parts of the history, and he's like, see, this building has only been up for 20 years, because you can tell by the different brickwork, which is like...
Wow.
I was just going to see how long it took for any of you to notice this, but you've actually been to his manor already, when you met him. And as he's leading you, it's a very familiar sight of this road that leads up to a very elaborate set of hedges and a garden, and this vast manor house built near the edge of the wall of the city. He's like, well, there you go. Unfortunately, I can't come in, but
Oh, no, we don't need to go in. We're just for the gardens. Tell me more about the gardens. You know so much. You must have had a special interest.
I'm not really into like vegetation per se. I think the hedges are somewhere from Cyrusia, I believe. I don't know. That flower over there, he says, is very special. Again, it's a flower. I don't know what the fuck he's on about. But
Do I recognize the flower?
yeah, it's just a lily. This guy's an idiot.
Are there any like statues in his garden or stone marble things that could possibly be a hidden entrance to a mausoleum?
Yeah, there's a 2 set of stone lions on his front door. Aside from that, there's not much else.
Okay. Well, Gary, thank you so much. If you see us around, and thought of any other fun facts, do be sure to tell us.
Cool. Yeah. What do I do now?
You have the day off.
Hello.
Do what you want to do.
Yeah,
Really?
fuck off.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go get a drink, and he just wanders off.
Geo tosses him 5 copper.
Fuck yeah!
I was really hoping that he would be like a good distraction to make us less conspicuous, but he seems like an idiot, so probably for the best we let him go.
Gary the God. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just standing in front of these rather beautiful ironwork gates, looking at this very large, almost Victorian-esque manor.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm out of ideas.
I could just go break one of the lions to see if it would open secret passageway.
Could. I'm not sure if it would. But it would, well, we could try.
If not, we could just try and see if the door's unlocked and walk in too.
Yeah. Sure. If we don't find anything inside, let's try the lion plan.
Geo tries to open the door.
The door is open. It seems the best you'd get would be... Vorican, to you, appeared very arrogant, and someone in a person of such power wouldn't consider that his guards would be willing to enter his home without his permission. So his home is unlocked, and the door just creaks open.
What does the door lead to?
The same again, a very large entranceway, beautiful ornate staircases that seem to curl upwards on one side. There's a couple of doors off to the right, and then the door right at the end that you were led into, which was the rather large dining room that he was sat in. That, as you enter, those footsteps sort of echo outwards. Doesn't appear to be anyone. Even the butler isn't here.
That's not suspect at all. Yeah. Let's find a dusty basement.
Make me a investigation check and let me know what sort of room you'd be looking for first.
None whatsoever because I rolled a nat 1. I'm just looking at the chandelier, and I think it's really pretty.
Does someone else want to lend her a hand?
I got a 12.
Okay. What sort of room would you be looking for?
One that leads downstairs, because that as far as Geo would think.
Your time in the Lucky Shell taught you a couple of things. One being that the Lucky Shell is quite an old building, and at one point might have had a servant's quarters, which most of the time the doors were out of sight, and usually further on, and you sort of check underneath the staircase, and rightly so, there's a door to the kitchen that you sort of open out. Oh, nice. Very large kitchen, very massive wooden table with various ornaments on it. You see a spice rack and a load of herbs dangling from the ceiling. It's very well kept, very clean. It doesn't look like anything has been used in this room ever.
Is there any food in the room?
Yeah, there's a ton of food. All non-perishable items, so all like dried meats and things like that.
I just start eating.
Mm.
I promise I didn't come here for the kitchen. I had a feeling there's a room in here.
Honestly, I don't care. Eat the rich. I mean, the rich is food.
I mean, I'll eat the rich too. That sounds fun.
Good. Do we see any evidence of like another room or door that would lead down? Maybe a dumbwaiter of sorts.
No dumbwaiter. There's another door that you know leads into the dining room, as in the servants' access. There's a door that looks more sturdy that you would assume maybe leads into the back end of the house towards the garden. Doesn't seem to be any trapdoors or things like that.
I would like to try that door to the back of the house.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a place where basement stairs are.
Yep, you open that one, and there's a short room between two doors with it looks like a couple of cloaks, some boots, and then a small doorway with a set of stairs leading downwards.
I want to follow that trail.
Okay. Can you make me a perception check as you do that?
Higher than a 1, higher than a 1. 7. It's higher than a 1.
Okay. Do you have dark vision?
Yes, I have devil's sight even.
Okay. As you walk down, it opens up into a rather large basement with a couple of barrels. This is very dusty. There's a bookcase and a couple of shelves off to one side, and then sort of a large rack with different swords adorned upon it. Takes a while for you to adjust to it.
I would like to take an extra good look around to see if anything catches my eye, good or bad, traps or interesting ornaments or whatever.
Okay, make me an investigation check.
Ooh, an 18. Much better than a 1.
The stone walls, the closer you look at them, have like soft trailing veins. And the closer you look, like the more you realize it's not ivy or plants, it's like blood red. And a couple of the sconces look to be made out of wood, not iron. And the closer you're looking at them, the more they look like they're not even meant to be lit. You're just staring.
What do you mean not meant to be lit? Ornamental wooden sconces.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What did you say the layout of the room was in regards to doors? Were there any doors?
Nope, so there's no doors down here. There's just a large rectangular room, barrels. There's bookcases and shelves, and then there's a large iron rack along one side of the wall with a load of swords on it.
Okay. I would like to touch the torches that the sconces that aren't meant to be lit and see if I can manipulate them.
Mm-hmm. They just break off in your hand.
I try to put it like back. Probably falls off.
Yeah, it's very like they seem to have just been put there to make it look like this room should be used.
Geo takes some of the food out of his mouth and puts it on the bottom of it and then sticks the torch back on.
I would like to take a closer look at the swords.
Okay. They're all different types, and you can tell that they have been used. There's like little notches on some parts of the blades. All various different types of construction and smithy and different cultures. You see a couple of like very curved elven blades, very, very human claymores and a bastard sword and dwarven axe, and it just keeps going along all these different cultures. Make me an insight roll, please.
19.
Perfect. Yeah, there's a couple that stick out to you that just don't look like they belong. All of these seem very simple, and one of the elven swords is more ornamental, and it's never been used, from what you can tell. And as you go to like touch it, it sort of glows, just gently.
It glows gently. Can I make like an Arcana check to see if I can find, is it some sort of detect magic spell that is bound to it, or detect Fae, Fiend, Celestial? No, is there a spell attached to it?
I would say you don't even need to roll for it. It doesn't appear to be a spell to detect anything. It just seems to be reacting to your touch.
Here, can you touch this? See if it glows for you as well. Don't eat it, just touch it.
Do you say Ku or Geo?
I said Geo, sorry. I mean, I would like both of you to touch it.
I pick it up by the pointy end and then hand Ku the handle part.
I'll touch it.
Okay. Whereas it was glowing for Labrea, when Gio was holding it, nothing happens. And then as soon as Ku, you touch that, it's not the blade that lights up, it's the wall. And the blood red veins seem to glow for a moment before you hear like the shifting stone move apart. And you just stood there holding a blade.
I found it. What do we see beyond the opening wall?
It just looks like another stairway into more darkness.
Let's go.
Is it sorry, this is a bit above the table. Is it safe to assume Bellini's just like following along with us behind? Not if we get into combat or anything, but so that we don't have to run away, go grab him next session, and bring him back.
Yeah.
Can I
no,
just
I'd
carry
say-
his shell on my
I'd
back?
say he's still with you. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Just wanted to make sure he wasn't missing.
It was
Yeah,
still in the
well,
church.
He's just having a
Guys?
good, having a real good talk with Scrap.
Yeah.
But we descend into the darkness.
It leads into a wide, low chamber. The entire floor is covered in ash. And as you move, it seems to like lift up into the air and swirl gently. Stone pillars hold the ceiling, each pillar wrapped in very familiar looking chains for two of you. And at the center is an altar of stone. And atop it is a book that's completely chained shut. There is a doorway beyond it.
I want to take a look at that book.
Yeah.
Do I see anything on the cover?
The cover is completely black leather, with a mouth opened in a scream, and two beautiful ruby eyes.
Yeah, that's not spooky.
Do we want to take the book with us, or are we just leaving that?
I want that book, but let's make sure we don't get cursed. I mean, I've burned my hand once. Let's not make it both my hands.
Geo
I'll
dropping it.
pop. Yeah, I'll pop the lock on it and go
Okay.
from there.
Make me a sleight of hand.
Would this be a thieves' tools check? Because I have
Yes.
expertise with those.
Yes.
Thank God. That's a 12.
It takes you a while, and the more you're concentrating, after a while, there's like a soft pulse, and then a click, and the lock comes off. The book has a clasp on it.
Oh,
That has some sort of symbol on it. The rest of the book is lined with that same gold trim. But you have undone the lock and the chains sort of fall to the floor.
I step back, hands up. Don't touch the book. I will let one of the other two figure out what they want to do with it.
All right, I'm happy to pick up the book if you don't want to.
I can
I'm
cast
not
Mage
scared.
Hand to make sure you don't have to. I mean, do what you want, but you might get cursed.
I pick up the book.
Okay. Nothing happens. As you see
You don't
him
always have to be
clasp it,
scared.
the burned chains along his arm seem to glow gently as he's holding it.
I think we'll probably need to note that and do that. That seems like a tomorrow problem.
Yeah. This is definitely a Chainbringer's thing.
What do you do with the book?
I put it in my pouch.
Okay. As you're putting it away, there's like a gentle hum in the back of your mind. Almost like someone whispering over your shoulder. It's just laughing gently. Very like deep, a gravelly one that I can't do.
I just ignore it.
Okay.
We press on.
Alright.
into the belly of the beast.
The next door opens up to a sort of lower vault. There seems to be a series of empty iron chairs that are bolted to the floor. Errant pieces of rope and a cracked stone basin in the end with dried red liquid. All along one side of the wall are what appear to be old prayers burned into the stone.
What language are the prayers in?
They are in Abyssal.
Cool. I don't know what they say.
Nor I.
Me neither.
I think Bellini would. I can't remember what languages he speaks. Hang on.
Too bad he's in stunned silence.
No, he wouldn't. Nice. Good choice from me. You don't even need to roll an insight or anything. There's enough context to sort of give away that maybe this is where he brings certain people to be corrected, was his words.
Mm.
So push further in.
Yeah. I also want to keep an extra eye out the further down we go for signs of life, hostile or friendly.
Or somewhere in between.
Yeah. Any sign of life.
The next door winds further down, and it's not stairs, it's more just a corridor of earth. As you follow it, twisting. Slowly getting lower and lower, you can feel the air getting more musk. And after a while, the walls become lined with skulls. You realize you're in a catacomb of sorts. At the end, an iron slab, as you step forwards, groans aside. And the stale air rushes out. This room looks very similar to the one you were in before, but much like you'd expect, has a series of coffins lining the room, each with a copper plaque burned into it.
Any plaques that stand out to us?
No. If you go and have a look at them, they all list different names, and they all have a military title before them. So you see a sergeant and then a lieutenant. A couple of generals. One that just says private, which you assume is just a generic guard.
Do we see one for the Baron?
Not as far as you can tell in this room.
Is there are the coffins aligned in like a hierarchical way? In an order.
You got it. You got close enough.
Towards the far side of the room, it does. There are like two generals, and then I can't remember how it works. The next one down, and then after a while, it just seems interdispersed and sporadic, almost like they were started out with a plan and then kind of just made it up as they were going along.
And sorry if I missed this. How many are there?
12.
12. Okay.
Okay. Can I use my knowledge as a grave robber that I, Emerald, do not possess to discern anything else that is of note? I'm shooting blanks.
In what way would you be?
I wonder if things have been moved here. If I can discern whether, like, these are the top coffins that we can find here, like the most important, most elaborate one. If anything has been disturbed, I would like to know if there's goodies. I mean, it's not our mission, but I would like to know if there's goodies.
Okay. I would say without opening any of them, you can tell that the ones at the far end are older than the newer one, the ones closer to you. There are drag marks all over the floor, so you would assume that maybe they weren't originally here, they've been placed. I'd say with Ku with you, there is a certain way that the drag marks are that look like it doesn't come from the way you guys have entered.
I would like to see where they lead then.
Okay, make me an investigation check.
A 5.
You're doing really well with these. Ku is helping you, so you can have advantage.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Only because I feel bad.
Thanks. My strong suit. Pity.
While
Not
that's,
funny.
okay, while that's going on, are there like materials for building more coffins as well?
Make me a materials for building coffins. Make me a survival check.
Mostly just looking for like nails and boards. Nothing too out there. Which is good because I got a 13.
Not in this room, but some of the wood does look familiar. In that there is, especially in the newer ones, there is a coloring that looks exactly like the lumber that you had seen coming into the city.
I was mostly hoping for nails so we could maybe nail those shut. And like, if anyone's in there, they're not getting out.
Exactly. Nat 20.
Yes.
Wonderful. Yes, off to the right, the drag marks are coming from. And although most of this room is all cobblestone, there are parts where the pillars look... it's like the room is too small for the layout of where the pillars are. It doesn't make sense. The wall is closer and right next to one of them. And the longer you're looking at it, the more you're like, I've spent enough time in graveyards. This should be one room, and it should be a lot bigger. And you're sort of looking around. Not anything you can see at the moment that would indicate how to progress further.
I know something that is 7 foot and has a giant hammer. Would you
Would
like
be
to
loud.
collate men? Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy to. Just normally you guys are like, Geo, keep quiet.
Can I find like one of the lower down coffins and just open it just a crack to see if there's anything inside of it?
Okay. It creaks open ever so gently. There is something in there. very pale skin. Their eyes are shut, and they're wearing sort of crimson armor. They look about 18, 19, very short cropped hair, human, or might have been at some point.
I'll mentally go. We have company in here. I'm not opposed to going in loud, but if we do, we are setting ourselves up to be. If we go in loud, we may want to also start crushing some coffins.
Yeah. Yep. Well, let's try and see if there is a non-loud option, and then we'll ask Gio regardless, and prepare for the worst.
I mean, I'm already loud as it is, so the fact that they haven't woken up with me being here is probably a good sign.
Probably, yeah. They're in a very, very deep sleep. I'm just scrolling through everything. I have no useful feats for investigation. Right. Well, with my my immaculate nat 20 investigation that totally wasn't preceded by a 5, do I see any like loose bricks or a button somewhere, or I'd like to touch things. See if shit glows.
As you're sort of moving your hands along the wall, there's parts of it where you thought was dirt, and it's actually just like a crusting of dark brown. And that's the only thing that sticks out.
Gross.
Yeah. Can I mold earth it? Does it react to that? I don't want to touch it, actually. I said I wanted to touch things, but I don't want to touch it anymore.
I mean, I suppose you could try mold earth if you want to.
Yeah, I want to try and see if it's earthy. Or like gross ooze.
I mean, I'm gonna call a shot here. I think there's iron in it, but I don't think it's earth.
It is not earth.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure Ku knows what it is.
Yeah, I'll see. I think Ku sees the ray of trying to manage. Just go, that's dried blood.
Ew.
Precisely.
I should have known that.
So sorry again. I think I missed this. The drag marks just go to a wall and it stops.
Yeah.
Can I, start at the bottom of the wall and see if it does open? Try to get an idea of how large the opening is.
Are you touching the wall?
Yeah, at this point, I think I don't really.
No, it's fine.
I don't have another option to.
As
I
you're
gotta
sort
poke
of
it with a rapier.
having a look and running your hand over, you feel a sharp stabbing pain in your fingertips as your hand brushes against the stone. Take your hand back, and there's a smattering of where your fingers were, and you see it crawl back into the stone, and then that stone begins to rise upwards. As the doorway reveals, it leads into the other part of the room, a rather large crypt. There is what appears to be a large stone opening with a angled slide up above it, and very dim torches that alight as the stone opens. There's 3 or 4 rather small looking figures in the corner that seem to be hunched over. And a rather large coffin sitting right in the middle. Completely blackened wood. They have not noticed you yet.
I was going to say, the figures are not statues then.
No. You can see them moving ever so slightly.
Yeah, I wish I had cool spells for that, but I don't.
I have a longbow and firebolt, but
Yeah. But maybe they're friendly.
I don't think anything's friendly in this manner.
Probably not, no.
You
Can we
just hear
assess what kind of...
you can see in the dark, and there is a little bit of light, so they look like very gaunt figures in very tattered robes. They've got a slight point to their ears, and are just appearing to gorge upon something that's in front of them.
Not distracted. I would like to carefully approach. I don't know. We're just gonna go for it.
Okay. Are you attempting to be stealthy in any way?
I mean, I don't think there's any use, really.
As soon as I move, they'll be able to hear me.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to go to a quick break, but I need all of you guys to roll initiative for me.
Yes.
And we will be right back.
Find me a place among my brethren, the pines, the bees, the frost. I cannot stay where nature's embrace is lost. Find me where Canoe makes his revelry. Where the horned one sleeps. Down by riverside resting, no one but me. Leave behind your troubles and your worries. Set your soul on fire and dance among the trees. Oh, find me where Canoe makes his revelry. Ooh, where the horned one sleeps. Deep in woodlands running, no one but me. Wake up, breathed in ivy, bathed in the light of the moon. Through the canopy I see the light of the stars. Blacksmith makes his revelry. Where the horned one sleeps. Blacksmith, blacksmith, forge me a blade of the strongest steel, that when I strike my enemies, their wounds may never heal. Blacksmith, blacksmith of your blade, legends there shall rise, for the blade that you will forge for me will deliver us from the night, the night. Oh. Strike, turn, hammer and burn, the bellows teach and the fires burn. Iron, oil, temper and toil, the forge ain't hot if your blood don't boil. Blacksmith, blacksmith, forge me a blade to slay that evil heel, a sword that gleams like diamonds that can make the darkness kneel. Blacksmith, blacksmith, forge me a blade of the strongest steel, and when I strike my enemies, their wounds may never heal. Blacksmith, blacksmith of your blade, legends there shall rise, for the blade that you will forge for me will deliver us from the night, the night. Hear that anvil ring, echo song of the hammer swing. Shape, grind, polish and shine, the world ain't ready for a work so fine. Blacksmith, blacksmith, forge me a blade, for to purge the blight, which creeps upon this world we love to take from us the light. Blacksmith, blacksmith, forge me a blade of the strongest steel, and when I strike my enemies, their wounds may never heal. Blacksmith, blacksmith of your blade, legends there shall rise, for the blade that you will forge for me will deliver us from the night. Blacksmith, blacksmith, forge me a blade of the strongest steel, that when I strike my enemies, their wounds may never heal. Blacksmith, blacksmith of your blade, legends there shall rise, for the blade that you will forge for me will deliver us from the night, the night. Killers, thieves, thick of skin, till your ruthless trial begins. Let the judge's word sink in, a lifetime on the Isle of Sin. Hey, 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 welcome to the Isle of Sin.
Jagged rock, sea slate caves, no way out but the 10-foot waves. You'll cry out to be saved, no reprieve for the criminal slave. Hey, 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 welcome to the Isle of Sin.
Cursed stone, blessed orb, swing your pick till you hit the floor. Break your filthy back some more, until you strike the mithril score. Hey, 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 welcome to the Isle of Sin.
With your life, pay your dues, work or die.
Her soul and mine, they're one and the same, split one in twain, and we both feel the pain. The sins of one father unread in our veins. Through darkness and hunger she remained, but her heart no more beats in tandem with mine. And I'm waiting for the wink and the witty one-liner, for her to say she got me and hit me with a smile. But the hole in my chest says I'll be waiting for a while. Be a boatman, your reaper, I'll be yours, but you can't keep her. Lay me down on a bed of ravens' feathers. Dear sister, swear to me you'll stay close, never out of reach. Oh, do not go far from me until I'm gone. Mantle of death, black feathered crown, lift up this body asleep on the ground. A soul for a soul, let mine be laid down in this tomb I wish had never been found. You were place among my brethren, the pines, the bees, the frost. I cannot stay where nature's embrace is lost. Find me where Canoe makes his revelry. Where the horned one sleeps. Down by riverside resting, no one but me.
Okay, welcome back. As we are about to jump into some combat, if you guys do have your Tailspire open, then I will summon you.
Yes.
I forgot to do that.
That's fine. Let's put you up there. Okay, as you guys enter in, you see the three figures turn, blood dripping from their mouths as they sort of snarl at you. One of them clocks all of you and sort of presses on the wall, and you see the door shut. Bellini is on the other side. For effort, he is not here, so he won't be in this combat.
Okay. I don't see the figures on my Tailspire, so I'll have to rely on stream
That
again.
seems to be a common thing that keeps happening.
Yeah,
it's
I don't know
happening to
why,
me
because
right now too.
I see the entire environment. That works great, but can't see the figures.
Well, we're just gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah. It's fine.
Just deal with it.
I
Okay.
need to be dropped in.
Use your imagination.
No.
There you go. Team tools. I mean.
They dropped in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
How weird.
I don't know why, but it worked.
Huh. All I was doing is giving you guys permission. Oh, anyway.
Well,
Maybe it's because you're not in control of a. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know. So yes, let me auto roll the initiative for them. Bellini is not in here. We will start off with Ku. You are up first.
Okay, have they noticed that we are here yet?
Yes, they turned around and one of them sort of placed their hand on the wall.
Well, that does change things. Let me pull up. Move some windows around. I'm going to bonus action, steady aim, and then the one all the way on the left. I'm gonna
Okay.
throw a psychic blade at him. 23 to hit.
Hits.
Alright, that is 8 base damage, and then another 11, so 19 psychic damage.
God damn. That's some damage.
damn.
Okay, yeah. Perfect.
And that is my turn. That was action, bonus action, and my movement is 0 because I steady aimed.
Cool. Next up is the one that you hit. And he has movement speed of 30. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yes! I could get to Geo. He is going to claw attack at you. Which is a 12 for the first one. And then follow that up with a bite. So I need a Constitution saving throw.
I got an 11
Sorry.
for the saving throw.
You take 6 points of piercing damage. And 9 points of necrotic.
The 12 didn't hit me though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blah blah blah. Geo, it's your turn.
I'm a little mad at the guy that just bit me, so I'm going to take my hammer and see if I can pummel him into the ground. Does a 15 hit?
15 does not hit.
Okay. I'm going to try again. And I miss. I'm going to bonus action Giant's Might, so I am now big.
Okay. So you are now large, right?
Yeah.
Bloosh. So you will automatically get shifted over to make the space. I would say at this point your head is probably hitting the ceiling. So that is probably the largest you can get.
Okay. That ends my turn.
Okay. Lorea, you're up.
Okay. I, as a bonus action, would like to turn into my form of
It's
dread.
your aura of dread, yeah?
Yes.
Where if I have a goat demon.
And I will move. Oh, I can't control my. I can't control my own character. Why not? Oh wait,
should be
I
able
can.
to,
Never
yeah.
mind. I will move away a little bit, and I will summon a undead right here.
Ooh, okay. Undead.
So I am a goat demon summoning a dead person. It is a putrid form.
I'm just trying to find a mini that is suitable.
Yes.
Here, you can have this tiny minotaur. Come here. Give it. Stop. Give me the fucking thing. There we go. Oh, he's large. I can't use him. Dead. Oh my god.
I did make a form of dread mini. I can resend it to you if necessary for next session.
There. A lady, and she's going to shush. There you go.
Hell yeah. That is Lorea's turn. For her turn, she will. Let me see if it's at the start of her turn or the end. Start. Okay. She will do a rotting claw attack. I'm going to roll for attack on the, let's say, orange one. This one, the left one, the man. 25 to hit.
25 hits.
Okay. He will get 9 slashing damage. And that is it for now.
Awesome. It's their go. They're going both go for your undead person.
Yes, they will both need to make a Constitution saving throw because they're within 5 feet of my putrid undead, or get poisoned.
Okay. Constitution.
The save is 14.
That's a 13 for one and a 20 for the other one.
Okay, the 13 one is poisoned, so that means it is it has disadvantage. Wait, is it poison status? On attack rolls and ability checks. Yes.
Okay. First claw attack on your spirit is a 15.
Oh, yes. That hits.
Okay, they take 7 points of slashing damage, and it is now grappled.
Okay.
Second
7,
attack
right?
is a maths 14.
That hits.
That is another 9 points of slashing damage. And
Yes.
it is going to use its bite, so I need a Constitution saving throw from your undead spirit.
God, I keep throwing it on the ground. 15.
That passes.
Okay.
Bellini is not here. Ku is your turn.
All right. I'm gonna move. I think Hero would give me flanking with Geo
Okay.
on red.
Yes. Yeah, he's
All
massive.
right. So I'm gonna do main hand, psychic blade. A 14 to hit.
14 does not hit.
All right. I will go with my offhand. 17 to hit.
Hits.
That is 13 points of psychic damage.
Amazing. Anything else?
Nope. That's my action, bonus action, and I don't want to move anymore. So we're good.
Okay. He is going to return the favor. The first claw attack is a 12.
Miss.
Second one is a 22.
I mean, yeah, that'll hit.
That is 8 points of slashing damage, and you now have the grappled condition.
Uncanny dodge, make that 4.
Okay, no worries. It's going to use its bite, so I need a Constitution saving throw from yourself.
Only 14.
14 passes. 14 is the number to get.
Right.
Geo, you're up.
I'm just gonna try and hammer the guy into the ground again.
Okay,
Does a 24 to hit.
24 hits.
And he takes 6 damage with my first attack. Second one is another 24,
Hits.
and that is 12 bludgeoning damage.
God damn. Anything else?
I am just going to use my Astral Spark, so he takes an additional 3 damage.
Well done. Very nice. Anything else?
Nope, that is everything.
Larea, you're up.
Yes. I would like to cast Eldritch Blast at the orange one. That'll be 15 to hit.
15 misses.
All right. Let me see. That is her turn for now. She's gonna stay put. The undead will do another claw attack. I need to find her again. Where is her stat block? That is a 22 to hit.
Hits.
They will get. Oh, nice. They will get 12 slashing damage, and if the target has a poison condition, was it the orange one that had the poison condition? By the way.
No, it's the green one.
Ah, fuck. Okay, then nothing happens. Oh, I should have attacked the other one.
Okay, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, it's going to. It is going to. What will it do? It's going to use this bonus action to disengage. 10, 15, 20, 25.
Yes, it also must make a con save because it started its turn within 5 feet of my undead.
17.
Yeah, that saves.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bonus action, disengage. Who does he think he is? Me?
There we go. I can reach you. That is first melee attack. Oh, I just dropped my d20. Where did you go? First attack is a 23.
Yeah, that hits.
You take 9 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
You are grappled.
Okay.
Second attack is a 25
Oh, yeah, that hits.
for another 8 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
It's gonna use its bite because you are grappled. So make me a Constitution saving throw.
Seven.
You take 4 points of piercing damage. 13 points of necrotic damage, which
Okay.
you are resistant to, I believe.
Yes, I am.
Your hit point maximum is decreased by 13,
Even with the resistance?
even with the resistance. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Math. That leads 25. Okay.
That is his turn. The other one is going to keep wailing on your spirit. So that is a
Yes.
23 for the check.
That will hit. It also needs to do its con save.
No,
or
I
the
mean
poison
a
condition.
23 for its con save.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that succeeds.
Okay. Its first attack is a dirty 20. The second one is a
Yeah.
24.
Yeah.
So that is 14 points of slashing damage.
How do you want to do this?
It will use its bite, so I need a Constitution saving throw from the spirit.
It's dead.
Oh, okay, good, sweet. That's what I wanted.
It's gone.
And it is Q's turn.
Alright, gonna do it again.
Mhm.
The main hand is a 21 to hit,
Hits.
and that is so much scrolling. 12 points of psychic damage,
Awesome.
and then from a bonus action, that is a crit.
Okay, so max roll of the
Oh.
dice. Plus whatever you
9 points of psychic damage.
I saw that. That was rough. Anything else?
Nope, that was action and bonus action, so I am good.
Okay. It is going to try and claw at you. That is a 21 for the first one. And a
I mean, yeah,
11
that's
for the
gonna hit.
second.
The first one does hit.
Okay. There's 9 points, and you are grappled. It will use its bite, so I
Alright.
need a Constitution saving throw.
I'm gonna uncanny dodge. Does 9 halved? Is that 4 or 5?
4.
And con check is 16. Beautiful.
Easily done. Awesome. Geo, it is your turn.
I just want to keep trying to smash him into the ground.
Smash him.
Does a 16 hit?
16 hits.
That is 5 damage with my 1st attack. And then does a unnatural 20 hit.
Yeah, you kill that thing. I don't even need to ask. He is very dead. As you sort of smash open his face, the jaw with the fangs just melting away with the hammer. You do notice that the hammer feels heavier when you're fighting them, and the radiance that you're feeling coming off of it is slightly lessened. Obviously, you don't know the full function of this hammer, but above table, it's they have no souls, so
Makes sense.
Anything else on your turn?
I am going to turn around and then action surge
Okay.
and see if I can hit the one behind me. And I miss.
Fair enough. Laria, you're up.
Yes. I will resummon my putrid undead
I just got
because I
rid of
can. Yeah. Let me point out where I want her. Yeah, I'm gonna help myself here. I'll put her here. Nope. Yes, but no. Oh, stop gesturing. I want her at the other square, so she's not in range with Geo because she's putrid.
Oh, okay, so
Yes.
like here.
Yeah. I
Okay.
couldn't move her. Okay. And that is my action. I can't do shit for bonus action. So, she will do a claw attack.
Okay.
Putrid claw. She will roll a 16 to
Hits.
hit. Cool. That is 8 slashing damage.
Awesome. Anything else?
Nope, apart from the fact that he will have to roll a con save again. In his turn, start of his turn.
Of course. That is a natural 20 for his con save. He's
Fails.
going to attack you. It's 22 for the first one, and
Yeah, hits.
13 for the second.
Misses.
Okay, so the first one is 8 points of slashing damage. You are grappled.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Constitution saving throw from you, please.
Uh, 15.
Passes. Very nice.
Hell yeah.
The other one. 5, 10, 15, 20. He's gonna go for Geo. First attack is an 8. Second attack is a 4. Great, love that. Ku, it's your turn. As you just watch it scramble over the
Okay.
coffin.
Gonna stand on that edge to
Mhm.
flank. And first one is, come on. Hey, there we go. Jesus. Oh, that's a 21.
Yes, that hits.
For 22 points of psychic.
Very nice.
And then with my offhand, a 26, so that I'm guessing will hit.
Yep, absolutely.
For a whole 6 points of psychic damage.
Nice. Every little helps.
And that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. Geo, you're up. With
Uh,
Rhea on deck.
I am just going to try and smash him again. And I definitely missed the first one.
Yep.
And does a 16 hit?
Yes, which one are you going for, sorry?
Orange.
Okay.
So that is 8 damage plus 2, so 10 total damage.
Okay, anything else?
I'll invoke my Astral Spark again, just so he takes an additional 3.
No worries. Loretta, you're up.
Yes, I would like to use Toll the Dead on Orange. And he has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, he is not very wise.
I was hoping that was the case.
5.
That fails. Right, he gets 2d12 damage. Let me roll that. Because he is missing his part of his HP, right?
He is, yes.
Okay. Oh, baby! 12 and 11. That is 23. Thank you. I can do math. 23 necrotic damage, however, so it's probably half. But,
Anything else on your turn?
on my turn, no. Miss Ma'am will move here to flank, and she will claw attack Orange with advantage. Good thing. 23 to hit.
23 hits.
And that'll be 8 slashing damage.
Okay, anything else?
Nope, that's their turn. Both enemies will make a con save at the start of their turn. Now that she's
I will roll
positioned
that
within
now.
5 feet.
Both save.
Aww. Mean.
Oh,
Orange are they
is
immune?
gonna... They're not immune.
Sorry.
No.
Are they immune to frightened?
No.
Okay, then I need a wisdom save from Orange because he was hit by my form of dread, Larea. Let's see if he is scared.
19.
Okay, he's not scared. Okay, carry on.
Okay. They're gonna keep clawing at you. 18 for the first one.
Yeah, hits.
And a nat 1 for the second. Oh, no, didn't mean to press that one. This one. 6 points of slashing damage. You are grappled, so I need a constitution saving throw.
14.
Meets it, beats it. The other one is going to go for Ku. 24.
Oh, I can't do anything about that.
And a 10. But I do need a constitution saving throw for the first one as he bites down on you again.
I save. It's a 14 on the die for 17.
Okay. So it's only 6 slashing damage from the claw attack.
Gonna uncanny dodge again.
Use it. You're a rogue for a reason. Ku, you're up.
Well, I'm gonna go at him.
Do it. He's a bitch.
Alright, main hand. Jesus Christ, I keep rolling ones. But 25 to hit.
Hits.
Uh, 19 points of psychic.
God damn. Anything else?
For my offhand, that's a 17 to hit.
Hits.
For... Okay. D&D Beyond, fuck off. 6 points of psychic damage.
Alright. Anything else?
Nope. That is end of my turn.
Okay, Geo, you're up. Larea on deck.
Yes.
I am going to swing my hammer down on Orange.
Okay.
Does a 17 hit.
17 hits.
Okay. And they take 8 plus 3. And then I'm going to swing down on green for my second attack, and I miss.
Okay. Larea.
I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on Orange. They need to make a Wisdom save.
8.
Fails. They will get not that much, 9 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And my undead servant will claw attack Orange for a 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Cool. That'll be 10 slashing damage.
Alright.
That's their turn. Yes.
17 and a natural 20.
Saves. Oh my god.
But you did get hit with your form of dread, right?
Oh yes. Wisdom save.
Shouldn't remind
Sorry.
you of that. 17.
Yeah. Saves.
He's going to... Yeah, he's just going to claw you. You seem tasty.
Yeah.
19 for the first one. And
Hits.
a dirty 20 for the second.
Right.
So that is a total of 17 slashing damage.
I'm down.
Okay. He's going to...
Let me see if my shadows... sorry, my undead stays up. No, it's concentration. So no.
Oh no.
So my undead person is gone.
Okay. I've just realized something.
What did you realize?
Going to kill me.
Okay. Ooh. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Me?
Yeah.
A 7.
Okay. You take damage, so that's not great. Please reduce your hit point maximum by 6.
Okay. No, that's cool. I can't when I'm in death saves on D&D Beyond, but I'll
That's fine.
remember it.
Do you want to roll your death saves, or do you want me to roll them for you?
You can roll them.
Okay.
I
I don't like this. The other one is going to attack Ku. That is a 15 for the first one, and a 16 for the second.
Missed on the first, hit on the second.
Okay, a Constitution saving throw from you, please.
Dirty 20.
Nice. Only 8 slashing damage for you. So
Uncanny dodge.
very
Down
nice.
4.
It is your turn. With Geo on deck.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep tearing into green. Okay, D&D Beyond, stop. I know what I rolled. It's okay to move that off. 26.
26 hits. Yeah, of course.
$19 points of psychic damage. And then, with my offhand, 19 to hit
19 hits.
for another 7 points of psychic damage.
Okay. Anything else?
No. Jesus
Geo,
Christ.
you're up.
How much HP does this guy have?
Above table, every time they bite you, they regain hit points.
Yeah, fair.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on Lyra, and she heals for 10 points.
Amazing. Thank God
Hell
for that.
yeah. Did you roll some failures maybe?
No, you automatically have a failure if you take damage while unconscious.
Yeah.
And it was
And
putting me on edge. I couldn't deal with it.
Right, it's fine. I only have a max hit points of 19 currently. That's fine. Sorry, how much did you say you healed me?
10.
10. Cool.
For a second, I thought you were going to say your HP max was 9.
No, it's close though.
It's not far off. Yeah, it's not that far.
It's pretty close.
Cool, cure wounds. Very nice. Anything else, Gio?
No, I have no bonus actions that I can use, so...
Okay. Laria, you're up. Spend half the
Form of
movement
dread.
standing up. Yeah.
Yeah, Form of Dread because temp HP is very importante now.
Very importante.
I have 10 temporary hits. Jesus, talking. I don't know. That is my bonus action, and for my action, I have no spell slots left, so I will just do. I'm not grappled currently, am I? Oh, but I am in range. Okay. Hold the dead.
Okay.
They must make a wisdom save. The orange.
Wisdom. Natural 1.
Hell yeah! Oh, and I rolled good as well. 12 necrotic damage. Probably halved.
Yes, unfortunately so.
Still 11 damage.
Anything else?
No. I have no minions anymore.
Okay, their turn, and they took damage from you. That's a 7 on their wisdom save.
Misses.
On their
That
save.
doesn't save. That doesn't miss. It's they are frightened of me.
They are.
They are.
Yes.
Don't think they need to do anything else.
Disadvantage on attack rolls.
Yes.
And it can't willingly move closer, but it's right next to you, so.
Yes.
Disadvantage is an 8 for the first one. And a
misses.
10 for the second.
Misses.
Okay.
Thank
Green
God.
is going to go for coup. That is a 19 and a 18.
Okay, both of those hit.
That is.
I'm guessing that's 2 con saves then?
8 points. No, just 1. 8 points of slashing damage for the first hit. 9 points of slashing for the second.
I passed the con save. I'm gonna uncanny dodge the 9 to take only 12.
Cool.
Poof.
No worries. Yeah, so they do 2 claws, and then if you're grappled, so then if they can get them and they bite you, that's when you have to do the con save.
Yeah.
Yeah, your turn, Coop.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna use my main hand again.
Mm-hmm.
24.
24 hits.
That is 16 points of psychic damage.
How do you want to do it?
Jesus Christ, finally. I mean, I think we've established that when Ku is using his psychic blades up close, it's more claws than daggers, so it's just truly scratching the hell out of this thing, going for its throat.
I love it.
I'm gonna hop back here for a second while I heal and drink one of the many, many healing potions I bought last session.
Very nice. Gio, you're up.
Okay.
Fuck
just
him up.
double hammy. So 22 and 24.
Both hit.
So that is 7 plus 13 plus 5.
How do you want to do it?
Thank
I
God.
just want to take my hammer and just as hard as I can smash him into the ground.
Yeah, it just an explosion of blood, bone. It splatters all across the area, just straight into the ground. You are out of initiative. Woo!
I'm gonna drink another health potion real quick.
No worries.
Yeah, I will drink one too. Is that what I'm?
And then what's the deal with this coffin that I've been slip sliding all over?
Let me find it.
And while you're looking, also, what's up with this desk? That's weird. That feels weird to have.
Yeah.
Just a
So
random
weird.
desk in a
Just
room.
a random desk. So there is a large obsidian-colored coffin in the middle. That one has various different, almost scripture written across it. There is no nameplate, but I would say even without rolling, you could probably guess at who that belongs to. The
Well,
desk,
I think
on the other hand, looks as if it's got there is a chair in front of it, a couple of bottles that are empty and have been drunk, and a large goblet. There's a series of various different papers and journals tossed aside, and a quill and some ink.
I'll start just grabbing papers and journals, putting them into my bag.
Mhm.
That'll be some nice bedtime reading.
Very nice.
So I don't think he's in here, but it probably wouldn't hurt to fuck up his coffin.
Let's do that.
I'll
I try
stand back. I was going to say, I'm going to stand back and let you.
Yeah. Well, you do us the honor, Geo.
Can I just sit there and hammer the coffin over and over and over again until I destroy it?
Yeah, absolutely. It takes maybe 5 minutes of Gio just lifting up this hammer and smashing it back down again. And by the end of it, it's just a splinter of black wood everywhere. That coffin is no more.
It's fucked. Okay, well. I return to my regular form. My form of dread wears off. Can we we should probably make sure we can get here easier. Well, I say that, but I have absolutely no useful items for that, so it's sort of a thought in my head. Maybe we can wedge something in between the mechanism of the door, so you don't have to bleed again. And I suggest we make our way out. I'm sure the Baron won't be too pleased if we show, if he finds us here having killed his whatever these were. His consorts, concubines, or whatever he did with them.
The feeling he may be more angry about the coffin, but we should certainly see ourselves out.
Yeah.
I would like to, like with a dagger, just mark on the wall in Thieves' Camp some basic directions as we skedaddle out of here.
Okay. You guys clamber back into the basement, through the kitchen. And you hear the soft murmur of voices in the hallway. Before there's a couple of footsteps, you hear someone move upstairs, and then silence.
Do you guys want me to go first? I think I might have the most health out of all of us.
Lorea kind of scampers at the end of the line. Like,
Yes, maybe. I have no spell slots anymore. I'm a weak ass bitch. If I'm honest.
Well, I'm certainly not going to elect to be first.
No, you work in the shadows.
Dio walks up with hammer in hand.
Okay. There's no one in the hallway. As you open the door, come around the corner of the stairwell, there's no one there.
oh.
You hear the soft clinking off in the distance of the dining room. And it looks like a straight shot to run.
Go, go, go!
Can I, like, right before we're about to run, can I just take a real quick look for anyone hiding in the shadows?
Make me a perception check.
There are too many P skills.
Yes.
I got a whole 5.
I'd say you don't notice anything apart from, like, as you guys are running out, there's a shadow that just moves slightly. And that's it.
Deal with that later.
Yeah,
As
I don't
you-
like that.
As you all run outside, back through the garden out to the manor gate, you see Bellini's just stood out there talking to the rat. As you guys approach, I'm not going to do Bloom, but he sort of explains that as soon as he realized he couldn't get you guys, he was like, I'm going to get the fuck out of here, and then just got Eth to teleport him out.
Scoop the rat and keep running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys are just stood around.
Oh, I fully intended to not really stop with Bellini and just keep moving.
Yeah.
I don't know that we want to be in this garden.
No, I just pick up Bellini as we're running.
Yeah.
Just grab him by the shell and...
Okay, where are we heading to?
I'd say underground. Sorry. go
Yeah.
ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think I take like get out in front and take like a very circuitous route, before ending up somewhere we can get underground.
Yeah. You know from the map that Maurice gave you, there's a couple of points that have like little emblems on them, and you choose one. You dive through. This one's like a very abandoned laundry shop. You can see like old string and bits of clothing still hanging there covered in dust, and you all dive in and quickly jump underneath the trapdoor in the back, leading down through a load of corridors and back out into the different rooms that you've grown accustomed to. Maurice isn't there at the moment, but you do immediately spot Charlie in all of his glorious revelry, who gives you a wave. You guys look like shit. What happened?
Oh, nothing special. Can we lay down, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, if you need a rest, bed here for you always, I suppose. Yeah, go for it.
And as Ku is climbing into a bed to just take a little nap, if you had anything planned for the Baron, I made I don't know if now would be the time to do that, or if you may want to wait, but he's not going to be happy the next few days.
Yeah. That might have something to do with the fact that we look like shit.
What did you
What are
guys
you guys
do?
talking about? I feel great.
Just see bruises and blood trailing out of her ear.
Good for you. Did you have anything planned for the Baron, Charlie?
Oh, I mean, maybe fuck up some of his supply lines. That's about it. We didn't really plan on trying to kill him, if that's what you mean.
I think it would be still a good idea to kill his supply lines, though. That sounds like a great plan. Just weaken him, just shoot him in the knees, the hips, and the dick, everywhere.
Well, yeah, we figure if we can draw him away from the city, then maybe he might not have as many guards.
Good. Good.
Yeah, it was kind of my plan. I came up with it.
I love it.
Thanks.
If you are able to draw him away, will you give us a heads up? We might be able to reinforce your forces.
I mean, sure, yeah. I'd rather not die, so having the big one here would be pretty useful.
Yeah.
I like to punch things. And now I have this hammer, so I can smash them too.
See, Charlie looks at
He's
it
really
for a
cool.
minute and he's like, uh-huh. Did you like buy it from someone, or?
It was given to me in a dream.
Right. I think he needs to slow down on the mushrooms. But
Honestly, this is one of the least weird things he said.
okay. But
Yeah,
yeah,
this tracks.
go get some rest for sure. Yeah.
Thank God.
And Ray just plops down into bed. She's gone.
Yes, you all may take a long rest should you want it. Gio, can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Yes. 14. I don't know if I like that silence.
I was trying to think of what to say. As you're waking up, your hand instinctively just reaches for the hammer, and as soon as it touches, you hear a delightful to be held again. And just a warm pulse, and you feel stronger than ever.
Does the lady react too? Because I feel like two people are battling in my subconscious right now.
You don't hear anything from that lady.
I'll hold you anytime. I like this hammer.
I need you to would Gio try and conceal any aspect of this hammer, do you think?
He's not smart enough to conceal it, but he's also not smart enough to notice it.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, you will benefit from a long rest, and you wake up. It's the early hours of the next day. Everyone's just milling about, same as usual. There's like a comforting familiarity that you're already getting used to with just being in this underground series of caverns. What would we like to do?
Gia's gonna tell Lyra and Ku that his hammer likes to be held.
Oh. Weird. Does it make
Really?
any particular sounds when you hold it that I should be worried about?
I didn't hear any sounds, but right
Okay,
before I
it doesn't-
woke up, I just heard it feels good to be held again.
Oh! Was it
Okay,
bigger?
Okay, the weapon hammer. That's good to know.
I had the exact same thought.
Did it grow in size, or...
No, but I mean it did the first time, because it used to be about as tall as you.
Right. Weird.
No, it's fairly normal. Stuff talks to me all the time.
It does.
Well, I mean, you talk to me. That's normal. Plus, this
Not
cursed staff that I
hard.
got talked to me too, so...
Don't
Oh,
know how I feel
God.
about being referred to as stuff, but
I completely forgot that Gio has the stuff as well. He's just roaming around with a bunch of cursed shit.
Items. Well, just make sure that we might need to have a talk about this sort of thing. Let's make sure to not touch it in public. That if there's others you would like to touch, you ask them. And let's make sure we do it safely, all right? So I would suggest we find some gloves for Gio, just to be sure.
I mean, the staff did tell me to put it back into the ground when I first picked it up, so... And I didn't listen to that.
Yeah, it's very important to ask if you are allowed to do things. It's this thing called consent.
Wait, I
We'll
thought you
have
just asked
this
for
talk.
forgiveness after.
Oh no, no. Well, no.
not when it comes to touching. Not when it comes to touching sentient things in a way if you do not mean to harm them. You don't have to ask permission to, crush those vampire things we fought. But
No. And we can ask for forgiveness if we accidentally break in somewhere or steal things. But no touching.
Okay, so the next, just random object that is either given to me or I find I can't just pick it up and keep it.
Not if it's sentient.
it's a bit context dependent.
Yeah.
He just opens his coat and pets the dragon scale.
Yeah,
Does
that's
it
one we're going to
talk?
have to deal with at a later date.
Let's also not do that in public, maybe.
I'll try.
Thank you, dear. What shall we do after this birds and the bees talk?
If we
Should
go
we-
back up, we might get yelled at by the Baron, but...
Should we, I don't know, do a walk around as a sort of a vibe check?
Yeah,
See
we can
what's-
check. We can check
what's going
Aurelia's
on.
Rise again and the Gauntlet and what was the other place? There was a, or was those were those the two places that were important according to my note?
Oh, you're
Okay.
asking me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking amongst yourselves. Yes, there
Sorry.
is the... No, that's fine. There's the Aurelian Rise, Bastion, the Gauntlet, and then like the lower district and where the
Yeah.
scriptorium is.
I suggest doing a vibe check at the Bastion, the Aurelian Rise, and at least the Gauntlets. I'm not sure he would be in the lower districts. I wouldn't know a reason for that now. But yeah, a vibe check sounds good. Pretty sure we're all right to walk around. I don't think anyone saw us. There totally wasn't a shadow that we didn't see with a perception fail. Shall we go then?
No time like the present.
Where do you guys want to go first? Aurelian, Bastion, or the Gauntlet? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo?
Honestly, that's as good an idea as I have.
I'm okay to go wherever. I just hope I find more cursed stuff. It seems to like me.
Yeah. Weird. Again. Maybe we'll avoid the Bastion for now as we were there yesterday. Might be a bit too hot. Let's check out the Gauntlet for now. Keep a little bit of a low profile and see if we can sort of assess if we can easily navigate towards the Aurelia Rise. So we head on over to the Gauntlet.
Okay. You guys have seen this all before. Very systematically placed buildings. There are a lot more guards standing around, and they ask for your papers at least 3 or 4 times as you're moving. You do seem to be able to still move. But you can see a small line of citizens outside one of the outposts who are being shoved into a room. One person is chained, sort of dragged along through the streets. It does seem like you've upset the balance somewhat.
I want to do a scan for both the Baron and for Sila, as far as I know what he looks like currently.
Okay, yeah, make me a perception check.
Oh, that is a natural 20.
Remind me who you're looking for?
Both the Baron and Sila, just a scan. If I see them.
You don't see the Baron. But once again, you see standing outside one of the outposts a very large, tall man, very slicked black hair, slight points on his ears, and you lock eyes at the same time. He just tilts his head. Soft smile.
It's not going to be super inconspicuous, but I kind of want to keep an eye on him because last time he sort of teleported, and I want to make sure I keep track of where he is.
Mm-hmm.
So I keep my eyes fixed on him.
Okay. And you continue on your way?
Yeah, we're vibe checking.
Yeah, he just continues to stare in your direction. You can see one of the guards like tries to talk to him, and he just holds up a hand. Just
You guys want me to go hit him?
keep saying.
I can do that.
No, I just want to make sure he doesn't... I feel like this guy, if you turn away, he teleports behind you. I kind of want to keep eyes on him. Weirdly.
So we're gonna walk backwards?
Larea has turned around at this point. He's like...
I'd say
Has
at
there
this
been-
point you're like a good 200 feet away, and it's almost like he can still keep his eyes. Even throughout the crowd, he's unwaveringly staring in your direction.
Well, at some point I'm going to have to take my eyes off it.
Mhm.
So I will. In the meantime, how are the vibes immaculate in the gauntlet? Are they lit?
It doesn't feel like it. It feels very oppressive.
Yep. Oh, it checks out.
The vibes
So
are
nothing
not...
really changed.
No, nothing is... If anything, it's gotten worse.
Okay, so no sign of the Baron. More guards. Yep. Anything else you want to scout here, Kaku?
Not in particular, no.
I'd say we save the Bastion for last, and we might check out Aurelian Rise now, just to see where we are.
I see no
Socially,
issue
then.
with that.
Yep. Yeah, head on.
Up in Aurelian's Rise, it seems a lot more light, a lot more positive. You can see a lot of now that it's mid-morning, a lot of people are walking around. They're wearing very elegant silks, and some are wearing beautiful fur lined coats, gold chains, chatting amongst themselves as they move about. Every now and then they do check your party just a tad. You look very out of place in this morning crowd.
Again, I want to do a scan if I see people of interest. Baron, mainly.
As you're passing the main part of Aurelian's Rise, it does seem more crowded than you're used to, and you can see people are sort of all moving and flowing in one direction towards the great set of steps that lead up to the Grand Temple. Stood at the top of the steps is a beautiful woman in very elegant, flowing robes, all white and gold and adorned with beautiful pieces of sunlight. She is slightly armored, like her corset is made of steel, and she's got golden gauntlets on her arms. It appears she's giving a sermon of the luminary to the people below.
What does she say in her sermon?
It's all very much along the same lines of welcome her, embrace her light, and you shall move throughout the afterlife. All along those lines. A lot of the time, some of the words she uses, she says in a different language. None of you can understand it, because I checked. But it feels as though they're just adornments to what she's saying. But if I can get an insight check from one of you, please do.
I can do the insight check.
Yep.
14.
You've spent a little time with Bellini. Some of the intonation of the additional words she's adding onto the sermons doesn't make sense. It's in the wrong tone. You spent enough time to recognize influence as she is speaking to this crowd. She is doing something to help enchant her words.
Guys, she's full of shit, and I say that a little bit too loud than I mean to. I rolled to see if I was going to or not, and I got a 20 for how loud I was going to say it.
I love it.
I
love it.
basically screamed that she's full of shit as we walked by.
You see everyone stops, including her. And they will just slowly turn and look in your direction.
Yeah. I think
Sorry.
that might be Felessa. And we need to be on our best behavior around her.
I mean, I did just yell that she's full of shit, so don't know how much better behavior I can have.
It's fine. I'll pick up the pieces. Just leave the talking to me. Does she approach or anything,
No,
or are they
there's
just
like a
staring?
good, as you guys are having that conversation, there's a good 30 seconds. Everyone is silent and staring at you.
I kind of pat Chio on his arm. Sorry. You know how these creatures can be. It's like hurting Tresims, honestly. He will not be making these comments anymore. We are training him.
Or they're training my hammer too. It likes being held.
Yes.
Are you taking the hammer out, or are you just having it on your back, or where is the
Oh no, I
hammer
take
on
the
your
hammer
fist?
out. I take it out, so I'm holding it.
You see her head sort of tilts upwards. We welcome newcomers into her light. And then she's just staring directly at you with like a soft smile. Ku, as she says that, part of her robes for you are completely black. Before she like swishes slightly and it's the illusion's back. And then she continues back into her sermon. It's a very run-of-the-mill luminary trinity worship them sort of thing. I will prepare one for next time, don't worry. So you can have it.
I'll real quick toss up that psychic link between everyone.
Mm-hmm.
We got 2 hours, and just fill them in. Her robes are black, and it's an illusion.
I told you she was full of shit.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we found our high priestess, though. Considering her power, we might need to be careful.
I would most certainly agree with that.
The rest of the crowd seem to turn back to look at her as she's giving this speech. And the longer you stand and watch them, the more the crowd seems to like sway ever so slightly with her words. You can see like a crown of twisted sun rays is on her head. It's about 150 to 200 people, so quite a lot. And you can see different guards lining the edges, some less adorned in armor and with small hoods up. You can see the same sort of gilded sun motif along the stitching.
I would like to find someone who seems enthralled.
Mm-hmm. Very easy.
And somewhat stealthily, I would like to try and pinch them enough to do them like maybe 1 damage.
Okay. As you do that, you see them blink just for a second, and they like look around. You can see like a small tear beginning to form on their face. As they're moving like almost more frantically, they begin to call out. And very quickly, the ones in hoods all move in and sort of jostle you aside, carry her by the elbows and sort of sway her out of the crowd.
Huh. Well, it's definitely a simple spell that we can break by harming. But it doesn't seem they welcome that. Perhaps we can learn from this scout that we may need to invest in some silencing media. Perhaps we could find a scroll of some kind. Make sure she has no charming ability on us. Ring of Mind Shielding could be a good one to place on our grocery list.
As you guys are talking, Lorrea, you're slightly more forwards, having gone to this woman. There's a very large form that sort of bumps into you. You hear a familiar, "I'm so sorry, dear." And you look up, and Sila's just standing there watching Valessa with his arms crossed.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll just move out of your way. Well, backstab.
I was wondering if you would perhaps join me for dinner.
I'm sorry, do I know you?
Oh, now, Lorraine, don't be so shy.
All right, fine.
Would you like to
Where?
bring your friends as well?
Yes, I think that would be good.
I figured as much. I will, send someone along for you.
Oh, great. Thanks so much.
Unless
I
you want me
appreciate
to
that.
follow you around for the rest of the day.
No, that's fine. We stay at the Cock and Weasel. Just send them there.
I am aware.
Of course you are.
And as he turns to leave, he sort of leans down. He is right. She is full of shit. And sort of moves away.
Okay.
And that's where we're going to end for tonight. And hopefully you guys will join me next week with another episode of the Exillian Expanse. This has been my Wyrdcast. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. And we will see you all very soon. Goodbye.
Eternity's a gift, they say, to never cross the veil. This life I try to savor, and I try to no avail. Curse that mortal brevity which has rent you from my arms. Curse this cold eternity without you to keep me warm. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing roses bloom in spring, only to wither and die. You were all that was good in me. Now back to darkness go I. Take with you my sanity, better madness than the pain of my want. All my effort is vanity, and I hear the ravens taunt. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady. My eternal malady. Eternity's a gift, they say, to never cross the veil. This life I try to savor, and I try to no avail. Curse that mortal brevity which has rent you from my arms. Curse this cold eternity without you to keep me warm. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady. Why do roses bloom in spring, only to wither and die? You were all that was good in me. Now back to darkness go I. Take with you my sanity, better madness than the pain of my want. All my effort is vanity, and I hear the ravens taunt. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady. My eternal malady. Eternity's a gift, they say, to never cross the veil. This life I try to savor, and I try to no avail. Curse that mortal blessing, no, a malady. Why do roses bloom in spring, only to wither and die? You were all that was good in me, now back to darkness go I. Take with you my sanity, better madness than the pain of my want. All my effort is vanity, and I hear the ravens taunt. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady. My eternal malady. Eternity's a gift, they say, to never cross the veil. This life I try to savor, and I try to no avail. Curse that mortal brevity which has rent you from my arms. Curse this cold eternity without you to keep me warm. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady. Why do roses bloom in spring, only to wither and die? You were all that was good in me, now back to darkness go I. Take with you my sanity, better madness than the pain of my want. All my effort is vanity, and I hear the ravens taunt. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady. My eternal malady. Eternity's a gift, they say, to never cross the veil. This life I try to savor, I try to no avail. Curse that mortal brevity which has rent you from my arms. Curse this cold eternity without you to keep me warm. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady. Why do roses bloom in spring, only to wither and die? You were all that was good in me. Now back to darkness go I. Take with you my sanity, better madness than the pain of my want. All my effort is vanity, and I hear the ravens taunt. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady. My eternal malady. Eternity's a gift, they say, to never cross the veil. This life I try to savor, and I try to no avail. Curse that mortal brevity which has rent you from my arms. Curse this cold eternity without you to keep me warm. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady. Why do roses bloom in spring, only to wither and die? You were all that was good in me. Now back to darkness go I. Take with you my sanity, better madness than Eternity's a gift, they say, to never cross the veil. This life I try to savor, and I try to no avail. Curse that mortal brevity which has rent you from my arms. Curse this cold eternity without you to keep me warm. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady. Why do roses bloom in spring, only to wither and die? You were all that was good in me. Now back to darkness go I. Take with you my sanity, better madness than the pain of my want. All my effort is vanity, and I hear the ravens taunt. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady. My eternal malady. Eternity's a gift, they say, to never cross the veil. This life I try to savor, and I try to no avail. Curse that mortal brevity which has rent you from my arms. Curse this cold eternity without you to keep me warm. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I. Now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady. Why do roses bloom in spring, only to wither and die? You were all that was good in me. Now back to dark empty as I, now you've passed me by. A blessing, no, a malady, my eternal malady. Eternity's a gift, they say, to never cross the veil. This life I try to savor, and I try to no avail. Curse that mortal brevity which has rent you from my arms. Curse this cold eternity without you to keep me warm. Your never-ending elegy is a ballad with no melody, as empty as I, now you've passed me by. A blessing,